Hello and welcome to a brand new series called Accessories Not Included, where there is a good chance that I've lost most, if not all, the accessories for the figure. And this, as a quick disclaimer, is the first video that I've ever really done, besides live streaming of course, which you can catch on the main channel HexHap, where me and my group of friends build and paint Warhammer miniatures. So with that out of the way, let's quickly get started. I'm going to try to make these videos somewhat brief, but no guarantees is what they say. So the figure that we have in front of us is the SH Figuarts Uma Masame Pretty Derby Rice Shower. Now, Rice Shower is from, I think it started off as, I don't know if the mobile game came out first, or if the manga came out first. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's kind of relevant right now. As of the recording of this video, it just recently launched globally, and I've tried it out, and it's a pretty fun game. I do have prior knowledge to the series, and you'll see why towards the end. But with that out of the way, let me get the figure off of the stand, and to mention that this is the first, technically one of the first accessories, that being the stand that this figure includes with, which has the logo for Uma Masame printed right on there. And it's pretty nice, it's shiny, it's reflective, and it does everything a stand is supposed to do. Comes with a claw and has 3 points of movement in here with a swivel at the base and a swivel at the claw. And of course the claw does what a claw does. Oop, and that is apparently fall off. Anyway, let's get the figure in hand here. And as a quick side note, I don't know how well I'm going to get this figure to stand. I have some personal gripes with it, but that mainly just has to do with the ease in which you can pose and move the figure around, but you'll see why momentarily. So getting the figure to stand, if she wants to stand, now, any day. Oh my, I don't think she wants to stand. Oh, come on. What if I do that? Nope. Come on. There we go. No. You know what, maybe the stand, I need the stand, because I don't think she's able to hold herself up. Or at least not under my display. I'll give it one more shot. Let's see if she proves me wrong. Okay, you know what, I'll just keep this off to the side. This is one of my, is that this tail just constantly falls off. And it's only being held by a ball joint, but I don't know if it's due to the socket not being deep enough, but it constantly falls off. It provides some movement to get started here. Let me just zoom in here. So the detail and sculpt on this figure is pretty good. I'd say it's fairly accurate, if not 100% accurate to the game model. So here's the front shot, the side shot, and I don't think she's, oh, she stands, and here she is from the back. And I have to say, I really enjoy the detail of the dress, or her main outfit, that is. Oh my. I'd say it's due to her main outfit. It doesn't let her stand easily, just due to the size. A lot of the sculpt tends to be back heavy on here, which you can see. And I'm just going to bring out the stand. And quick jump cut to her now, posed again on the stand. And so I'll just do the quick turnaround, a quick 360, as they say. And so I would say that the model of the figure is, for the most part, accurate to the game. I don't think there's anything different that I've noticed in terms of the sculpt and or proportions that are kind of whack, so overall pretty good. Now to get down to articulation, let me just adjust the camera real quick, and we'll start off at the head. If I can get this positioned just right. My inexperience is showing for sure. Come on. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen a bendy wire as the stand. Maybe I should have just gone for a traditional tripod, but well. For articulation, the head is on a ball joint at the top of the neck, and I believe there's also one at the bottom, but due to the collar and also the hair sculpt, it doesn't move too much, but turns about that much left and right, and head tilt from side to side. It's pretty good. Now, from the side view, you're not getting too much out of it. For the ears are actually on a ball joint as well. If I can get the camera angled properly, it can go back and forward about that much, and can go side to side that much, but you have the ability of angling them, so I guess you could always just make them look sad, or pointing directly horizontally. So there we go. For the arms, they are on a ball joint, which allows for full rotation and can go up about that high. Can go up further? Nope, about that much. And can go down, if it wasn't for the stand, about that much, mostly being hampered by the sculpt of the sleeve and dress. There is a swivel due to the peg of the arm, so you have that. And there is a single jointed bend at the elbow, which gets you more than, just a little bit more than 90 degrees. For the hands, they're on a ball joint, and they will go all around about as much as you'd like them to go. And they pop off moderately. And for hand option, I already switched one out, but you get at least 3 different right hand and 2 left hand options. That being a pointer finger, 2 relaxed hands, 2 fists, and the hands that it comes with being the open palm hands. So just a quick demonstration of popping in a different hand. Let me just open this little case off camera real quick, and let me just plug in this one right here, the pointing hand, and it pops on fairly easily. So that option, again, this figure is very back heavy, so I would recommend being careful or just use the stand. It's kind of tricky where to place the stand. I've just been having it hug onto either the whole body or the bow. And that seems to work out quite well. Further along the way in terms of articulation, you have a ball joint at the lower torso, which gets you about that much to the side, left and right. Not too much forwards, which it's kind of hard to tell from this angle. But it gets a pretty decent lean back, which I think will be good for the running poses. It's most likely one of the main poses you'll be doing with these characters. And now for the lower portion. You're going to be hampered by the, would you call it a short dress or just a skirt? I'm just going to call it a skirt. There is a cut and allows about that much without it looking weird. You can go further up, but that breaks the sculpt. But I guess it's more so intended for a front-on pose where you're not going to be noticing the side too much. But I'm just going to put that off to the side. For the articulation, legs can go forward about, let me just zoom out a tiny bit, about 90 degrees forward. In terms of back, you get about, I'd say, just less than 90. And for side to side, you get about that much. I think again you're being hampered mostly from the dress, the skirt, whatever you call it. So that's as much as you're getting. There is an upper thigh swivel, which does everything a thigh swivel should do. You can technically also force the knee joint to swivel as well, though I don't know why you would want to do that. A single bend at the knee, and you get a hinge for the foot that goes up that much, down that much. No real ankle rocker that I can see. I don't know. No, I don't think there is one. And you get a toe joint that bends about that far forward. Again, good for running poses, and it is nicely detailed with a horseshoe. So overall, it looks pretty good. Now, hands are not the only accessories, or the stand, that is. Ooh, hello. There we go. You do also get 4 different faceplates. Just read this back. That being this, I don't know what expression you'd call this, disappointed? No, more like a defeated pose, I believe. I don't know if this is a face that they make in the game, though I'm not sure. You have a happy pose, another happy pose, though this time with both eyes closed. A determined, I wouldn't say angry, but definitely a determined face sculpt. And again, the printing on all of these face sculpts are pretty great. I don't know how well it comes up on camera, but we make do with what we have. And the face sculpt that it has included looks similar to the last one, though I believe it's more of a smirk or slightly open. I can't tell. Let me look at it with my own eyes instead of through the camera. Oh, you know what? I think it's a slightly open mouth pose. Similar to the last one, but ever so slightly different. And let me just fix some things around here. I'm not really gonna try to pose this figure other than the one that you saw at the beginning, which took me longer than I'd like to admit. But I could utilize the pointing finger that I did attach. So there we go. And for some size comparisons, we have, or well, I have right here next to me. Let's see here. The SH Figuarts Boonboonger Red. Next up, we have the Valiverse Praetorian Guard, which really towers over Rice Shower. There we go. And something more domestic, a standard Marvel Legends figure, that being the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from No Way Home design. And last but not least, the figure that I mentioned at the beginning, the Figma Gold Ship, which is very tall when compared to Rice Shower, which I think is accurate to the game. One thing to note on this Figma is I prefer the way that they handled the tail on it, which is a peg with a swivel. And there's also another swivel. Oop, that's a piece that just fell off. Actually, let me just, not attach it there. Let me just pull that out. But I think I'd prefer this style over the ball joint that one Rice Shower used, mostly due to the solid feel of it. I'm not worried that I'm going to lose it as much. But again, I don't think you're going to be messing around with these figures too much. Probably going to get them in a nice solid pose and then leave it at that. Though I will say Gold Ship is definitely easier to mess with. And let me just get that straightened out. There we go. And with that, I guess that's all I really have to say about it. It has the articulation, it has the sculpt, but it's just not the easiest figure to mess with. Which I guess it's just a nitpick. Would I recommend this figure? I'd say so. Again, if you can get past all the little quirks that it has, I think you're gonna really enjoy it. If you really enjoy the character, then I'd say it's pretty easy choice, I'd say, to get her. In terms of price, I believe she retails between, from what I've seen online, 60 to 100. If you can find her for 60, that's great. I don't think you should pay more than 85 to 90. I think it's just a little much then. But with that being said, thank you for sticking around this review for this long. And again, check out the channel HexHap, again, where you'll see me and my friends live stream. If not that, check out Commissar Yoraki's channel. You'll find lots of gaming clips. I think there's only one there at the moment, but I don't know how dated I want to make this video, but I'd say go check it out. I think you'll have a fun time over there. And with that being said, I've been Amano in the red, hoping to see you in the next video. Till then, bye.